Hey, what up, my comic book peeps? It's your boy J Rocks. Today we're gonna be doing a review on East to West hardcover year one. This covers 15 issues, the first 15 issues of the series. Each trade is 5 issues, so this would be the first 3 trades. Pretty chunky book. Okay, I'll get to the physical quality of the book. Then we'll get to some of the extras, and I'll show you some of the artwork. Then we'll get to the most important thing, the actual content inside, the writing. All right, now the actual physical quality of the book. It's published by Image, so if you're familiar with Image books, you kind of get the gist. You have an idea of what to expect. It's great quality. The binding is amazing. It's awesome. It's Sonan binding. It's it really like zero gutter loss. It's perfect. Now the price, it's a $50 book. Online you could get it for about 30. 50 can be expensive. I don't know if I would have paid 50 for this book. I probably would have skipped it. But you could get it online for 30, which is what I did. So it's not so bad. It's about half the price. And it's about 500 pages, and you get a lot of extras. I like the extras on this. You read the extras, and it really lays down the foundation of what this universe is. Now, the one problem I had with this, if I had to be nitpick, is I like that it doesn't come with a dust jacket. The artwork's on the actual book, which I love because dust jackets, they're very sensitive. They get creases right away, whatever. The only problem is the artwork itself has like a smooth, slick finish to it, and the rest of the actual book does not. So it gets dirty very easily, and if it's a white book, so that's even worse. You put it on the table, or there happens to be dust or something, right away it turns black, and it looks it gets dirty right away. So you gotta be real careful with it because it does not have that smooth, slick finish to it. Or else you wipe it down right away. That's really the only negative as far as the physical quality of the. Here you will see this is an introduction. This is page 1, I guess. The Union. There's different faculties. See, this is the Union, and it shows their strength, their weaknesses, picture of who they are, and a whole story of their background. Number 2, then you see here the map where these guys reside and who this faculty is. These are the trade. No, these are the Confederate. These are the Confederate. Their strengths, weaknesses, so-and-so leadership, when they got established, what year, their whole background. In Texas, then you see what part right here in Texas, the map, the Republicans. Here's one, same thing, you get the same rundown on everybody. So the extras are pretty good. It gives you an idea of what each faculty is and what they stand for and what their political goals are. So I would recommend. I would still read. I read this after some of it, not everything, after I finished the book. But you could still read it before just to get the gist of what everybody's role in this futuristic world is, and then read the book so you get a better understanding, I guess. Okay, this is some of the extras. You see some of the artwork in black and white, just with the inks, pencils, and inks. Some of the interiors that are inside, but here they're just before the colorist gets a hold of it, so you could get an idea of the art itself before the colorist Frank Martin, before he works his magic on this. Some of the extras here, I think the colorist on this is really good. I gotta give him credit. This is one of the characters there, a crow. And this is Death, of course. That's Death's wife. I forget her name. Here's some more. She's the daughter of the House of Mao. They're obviously they're the Asians. In this, she's like a ninja type of thing. You see her arms; they've been chopped off, so these are cybernetic hands and forearms. A nice cover right here. I like this. I like some of these extras because you get to see it like before the coloring's on there, just to judge the art itself. Because a lot of times it looks a lot better once it has a color. And a lot of people would give credit to the artist when sometimes it's the colorist that really makes it stand out. You get a strong colorist. But this is it's pretty good artwork. It's not bad. The book was started in the middle of the desert, middle of nowhere. You see something's going down right there, very much like in Terminator when that big electric ball hits and the robot, the cyborg Terminator appears from the future. Same thing's going down right here when it starts. Look, I really love this panel layout. Like, you see it go from here, it zooms in a little more, and you see the what's happening, and here it zooms in more. And what happens is there's four corners, so four horsemen of the apocalypse are supposed to appear. Obviously, you see smoke coming out through three. Nothing's going on with the fourth one. Something's wrong there. Here's the same panel layout now in color, just so you could kind of get the check out the difference. There the stars really stand out. You get that feeling there in the middle of nowhere. It's dark, some type of desert. Got a lot of stars there. Then the coloring right here, that when the electricity hits and that ball is coming out, you really get a much bigger feel. It really stands out more once it's colored and coloring. The colors obviously real good, make the special effects stand out. See, look at obviously the panels. You see it give you zoom in, then it gives you like a different angle from the top. Then there you see the missing one horseman's missing, so everybody's like, hey, what the hell, some shit ain't right here. One horseman's missing, and that horseman being dead. So he went rogue and he got some type of secret agenda going on. He got his own plans, and that's where the story develops, guys. Alright guys, as far as the artist, Nick Dragotta, I think he's a very good artist. This is my first introduction into his work. I like it. I thought the art did a very good job telling the story panel for panel. It really matches what the dialogue's saying. It really explains the story to you as it's unfolding. Flows very smooth. I really like the way the art panel, like, see here, you see her walking down the stairs. Then on the next panel, she's already finished walking down the stairs and she's in front of all the soldiers. As she's walking towards Death. Death is over here. And now here you see her standing in front of him. So panel for panel, you really see the movement. It flows really good. Alright, now Frank Martin, being the colorist, I really enjoyed also how he his work. This is also my first introduction into his work. You'll be seeing through my reviews. It's my first introduction to a lot of people. But yeah, I was really digging the colorist a lot more than the pencil is. I like the art. The pencils are good, but really the colors really just made the art stand out to me. It really made it shine. And I think most of the detail, where the lighting was coming from, the angles of where they were at, like, oh, the sun's here and this guy's facing this way or whatever. Most of that detail came from the colorist, not necessarily the inking or pencils. So I thought he did a real good job adding detail and making the art shine a lot more and just making it really stand. Now, this is written by Jonathan Hickman. The main plot of this is there's four horsemen of the apocalypse and the end of the world is near us. I guess it's a sign, and one of them went rogue, being Death. He has his own secret agenda. His kid and his wife was taken from him, so he's out just smashing on everybody, demolishing the world, killing people. He's just like, fuck all the four horsemen. And there's a lot of political influence, a lot of world leaders and so forth. And he's like, fuck all them too. I'm here to just destroy everybody that gets in my way. And I'm trying to regain my son, trying to get him back. Now, since this is Apocalypse Year 1, four horsemen, it'd be a lot of religious storylines crammed into this book or into the story. But really, it's a lot more political than it is religious. It's about a lot of world leaders, and it touches a little bit on how they politicians and presidents and kings and all that can be kind of shady. They always have a secret agenda. You have a big table, everybody's trying to pass their laws and so forth for their own for their own political gains and for their own reasons. I want this law to pass, we should do this, we should do that. and they say make it sound like it's for the people, but it's really each individual wants certain laws for them because it will benefit them and for themselves basically. So you get a lot of that going on here, which I like. You get to see kind of how they're shady and all that shady business that goes down there. Yes, I like the way the stories unfold because they'll get a story going and they'll leave a lot of details out. It'll be very vague. It won't explain stuff. It's just actions going down and you don't know really why. So it lets your imagination run wild for a few issues. Like, oh, why is this happening? Probably because of this, probably because of that. So, it lets you guess a little. Then a few issues down the road, it goes back and touches on all that, and it gives you details on, the whole time this is why this went down, this is why this went down, and everything starts unfolding. Like, all right, you start connecting the pieces. So I really like the way they do that here. Now, as far as the character development, it's about Death, and he has two guys that are running with him. This girl named Crow, and this guy named Wolf. Wolf could turn into a bunch of wolves. Crow could turn into a bunch of crows. They're two Indians, and they seem like ghosts to me. I don't remember it ever really explaining what they are, but they look like they're dead already, and they're all white, and they have superpowers. And later on the road, it kind of explains their background, who they are, and why are they helping Death. And they're alright characters. Death is definitely the main character. He's going through a lot of shit, but the whole time that all this stuff's happening to him, you never really feel like sympathetic towards him, or he never really feels like a victim to me. He feels like he's the badass, just the one doing damage. It doesn't feel like he's the one hurting, even though I guess that's what's really going down. I never got that feel from him. There's this character named Archibald. He's probably one of my favorite characters in the book, besides Death. A very shady character. He's really kind of manipulating everybody. He's working with the Indians. He's working with the Texans. He's working with everybody and kind of manipulating everyone. And he's kind of like the guy behind the scenes, throwing ideas towards this person. You should do this and that. But you say it and you do it, not me. That way, he's getting other people to do his work, so nothing could come back to haunt him or to be pointed or pinned on him. So I really like the way this character's developing. He's pretty cool. And that's basically it about as far as the characters. Those are the two that really caught my attention. And as far as the story, I would give this probably about an 8. It's a good story. If you were to get this, I definitely would recommend it in the hardcover. I know $30 is a lot to just jump into a book without knowing what you're getting. So if you're familiar with the writer, or maybe you've seen other reviews, definitely check out a few more reviews. Before you drop just $30-$40 on a book, But for me, it was very satisfying. I give it an 8. I definitely happy I bought it. And that's all I got for you guys today. You like what you saw, you want to see more reviews, or you want to see some graphic novel hauls or comic single issue hauls, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for my next vid, guys.